What we want to see is that usually, of course, not 100% of the times, because if it was 100% of the times, everyone will make money, but we have a high chance of this happening. This usually happens. So during the London session, we usually have a manipulation of the Asian range. In this case, it is to the upside. We can also have the opposite example with the manipulation to the downside and the rally. Okay, so manipulation during London after the Asian range. They put just a different manipulation during London after manipulation, which is of course in the opposite direction of where the market wants to go. So manipulation to then drop to fake out all the players of the market, all the retail traders, all the people that are involved into one direction, all the people that are trading breakouts of ranges, all the people that are in a sell and have stop loss above the range. So manipulation drop. During New York session, I put these boxes because this marks the London session and the second one marks the New York session. We can have a pullback. So New York pullback, possibly, as always, keep in mind the retail preview in this case and discount vice versa, to then continue with the direction that we took during London after the manipulation, or vice versa, Asian range, London manipulation, we take a direction, and of course you can get trades during this move to the downside. Same here, you can get trades during this move to the downside. You can get smaller trades on the pullback, even if I don't recommend that at all. Anything that involved once more after the pullback to continue to the downside. Now, here, London manipulation, you can get involved into these trades to the downside. And then here, second box, New York reversal. Okay, so these are the two options. Of course, this is one scenario, and we have the opposite scenario, which is basically the same. So here for buys with the London manipulation and take of direction, New York pullback to continue, and vice versa, just the opposite side for this. Now, how can you see this? We can mark our zones by using this indicator ST kill zone. There you go here. If you want to copy, this is what I have. Of course, I took off some things. There we go. Okay. So what we care about is not the whole London session, not the whole New York session, but especially these hours. Because during these hours, we usually see what we are interested in, which is the manipulation and is a possible take of direction. So, for example, not for example, but these hours go, and this is, let's see what, okay, London time. You can put yours, but refer to London time if you want to understand this video. It goes, London kill zone goes from 6 a.m., so 6 in the morning, to 9, actually almost 10. I usually do until 9, but just my preference, almost 10 a.m. So from 6 to 10 is your London kill zone. Then you have this space in between the London and New York kill zone. I don't really want to trade during these hours. I usually just get ready and do my analysis during these hours, which is actually just 1 hour, should be. From 10 to 12, actually 2 hours. So I usually get ready during 1 hour before New York. So I connect at about 11. I start looking at the market. I see how we move during London. If I didn't trade London, because if you trade London, I already know what's going on. I already did my analysis. If I didn't trade during London, I connect 1 hour before my New York kill zone. I start looking at the market, I start analyzing, I start seeing what's going on, and then New York starts at 12 and finishes at 3 almost, okay? And this is the second window where we are interested. Now, as we were saying, what do we see during these hours? We see the London manipulation here to the upside before taking a direction. So strong move to the upside before taking the direction. And then during New York, we just have some small pullbacks. So this pullback to supply, another small pullback, couldn't really get involved here. And by the time we are down here, it's already done. The New York kill zone is already over. Now, there is also this little window. And what is this? This window is for the London close, okay? Why do we care about the London close? Because there is a chance, again, there is a chance that during the London close, we will have a pullback compared to the direction that we had during the day. And as you can see, during the day, we had bearish direction, and during the London close, we have a slight pullback. Should be between 15 and 20 pips usually. Of course, it's not a rule. And yes, it is 16 pips. So you can get involved in all of these. Of course, the best one that we usually care about is going with the direction. So for example, break structure to the downside, okay, retracement to supply, we have London manipulation, and then we take a direction, and we are interested in getting involved here. Now you keep the London closed just for a better understanding of the market. And it's not like that when this starts and you see that we were bearish the whole day, you just enter buys. That doesn't work. This is not something that, it's not a rule. It's not something that happens every day. It's not like that. You need extra confirmation to actually do this. But I personally almost never trade the London close. I just prefer London and New York kill zones with the manipulation and possibly the pullback during New York, like right here, right at New York start, we have pullback, or the reversal during New York. Let's see other days. So this was just a consolidation day. Here during London, we had some manipulation. So the direction is to the upside. We had some manipulation to the downside to continue. And then during New York, in this case, we have New York manipulation to the upside, strong move to then reverse and continue to the downside. So in this case, let's see at our overall analysis just to give you a better understanding. Where is the direction? The direction is to the downside, break structure to the downside, the market is bearish. Are we interested in getting involved during the London manipulation to continue to the upside? I mean, you can trade the market, go for buys, for sells, against the trend, with the trend, as long as you have an understanding of it. And of course, also you have confirmation to actually go for buys with the during London right here, because we were at discount, and usually when we are at discount, we target premium, okay? So you could have entered buys to target premium, but again, this is not the best option. Which is the best option? The direction is to the downside, break the structure to the downside, retracement. During London, we are down here. New York makes the high, okay? And we are at premium, okay? So, and then we continue to the downside. So overall analysis together with this understanding of the market. Now, right here, another day, we have perfect example of what we were talking about earlier, but this is the Asian range, London manipulation. I'll just show you the Asian range, but I will do that on another video. Asian range, okay? London manipulation of the Asian range, straight to the downside, straight move to the downside, New York pullback to then continue, okay? So two possibilities here. What about here? Previous day, London manipulation. We just started ranging. What happens here? We don't really have confirmation for anything. We don't really break the previous demand, so it's not really confirmation for anything. But anyway, during New York, we have the pullback to the previous supply. During New York, we have another manipulation. So usually during these hours, we see the manipulation basically. During London and New York kill zones, we see manipulation usually, and continue to the downside, okay? What's happening here? London manipulation to take the direction, New York pullback to continue with the direction. Keep in mind that there are also cases where we have, as I showed in the beginning, where we have London manipulation for then having a New York just change of direction. It's not always a London manipulation, take off direction, and then New York pullback to continue. It's not always like that. New York can just reverse and continue in its own direction.